Our next guest is now a staple on the mix. She's our favorite gossip queen who, instead of reporting on the blogs last week, she ended up on the blogs herself. Her interview, her interview with Beyonce's father, Mathew Knowles, went viral, not only in America, but all over the world. You know, we had to bring her in to get the mix and the exclusive tea on what went down. So let's welcome back the host of Leah's Lemonade, Leah Henry. What's up, Leah? You had quite a week.
Oh, you're going to have a week, honey.
I've had a week. Okay.
Listen, before we get into it, because I know it's going to be a lot of spilt lemonade and tea all over the goddamn floor. Let us show you the clip that went viral.
Online speculate, obviously Chloe and Halle are proteges of Beyonce. People constantly compare Chloe to Beyonce, a younger Beyonce. Do you see the comparison, like the same thing that you saw in young Beyonce? Do you see that in Chloe Bailey?
You gotta be kidding me, right? You asking me that question?
Yes, I want to know.
Are you actually serious that
Yes.
you're comparing that young lady to Beyonce?
People say if there was anybody to play a biopic.
Okay, you're talking about if someone was doing a movie, not
Well, but no, people compare them. People do compare them.
talent-wise? Are you telling me talent-wise, somebody is an idiot enough to compare her to Beyonce talent-wise? People saying her talent is equal to Beyonce. They're an idiot, period.
Yeah, I just wanted to let the silence simmer in because wow.
That was crazy. That literally was like, what was going through your head when he was saying all of that?
So honestly, okay, so now I'm glad I'm on the mix so I can kind of walk y'all through a play-by-play.
Yeah.
So here's my thing. When I first asked him, he goes, "Are you kidding me?" Y'all have to understand, me and Mathew Knowles talked for a whole hour, had a great conversation. It was completely engaging. We had a rap battle. It was fun, y'all. And so when he goes, "Are you kidding me?" I thought he was going to be like, "Yeah, I definitely see. Are you kidding me?" So that's why I start like laughing. That's why I'm like, yeah, like, and then he was like, "Are you an idiot?" And I was like my mouth dropped. And then, further on, we get through we get through that moment, and he's like, anybody saying that is an idiot. He was like, I was like, no, well, Chloe's really talented. And he was like, no, I'm asking you a yes or no question. And I'm like, I love this girl. Like, I love Chloe and Halle, like, been fans for a very long time. So my back felt against the wall, but I refused to do that because I know A, Beyonce wouldn't want me to do that. And B, secondarily, that wasn't the intent of the question. It wasn't to tear her down. So I don't regret asking the question first and foremost because it's a conversation online. And I felt like, did he see the same qualities? I felt like it was almost a moment to create like a prophetic system, right? Where he was going to pour into her and say those qualities that he saw in a young Beyonce, he saw in Chloe. Obviously, he didn't feel that way, but I feel like what could have been said was, hey, listen, I don't compare anybody to my child. So, it was the delivery, hence why everybody's mouth was on the floor when the clip finished rolling. I don't think anybody was prepared, including me, for him to respond that way.
Oh, I agree. I have to ask, have you heard from Mathew Knowles or anyone from his team since that interview happened?
Okay, yes. Y'all are getting exclusive lemonade here because I have not talked about this publicly, but I have talked to his team. We're good. The thing was, it was on Instagram Live, and as y'all know, on Instagram Live, you can be having fun, and then those comments start rolling, and people get caught up in those because we actually did move on. We moved on. We started talking about his podcast, which is what he was there to talk about, and then somebody in the comments said, well, this interview was going well, and it got cringy. And he was like, well, what the hell does cringy mean? And I was like, well, Matthew, it means uncomfortable. He was like, no, it wasn't uncomfortable. So then it elevated like another level. Like he hung up the live on my ass.
No.
Like I was sitting there like, okay.
No, drops the mic.
Yeah, it was insane. But you know what? At the end of the day, I do have a great amount of respect for what he's been able to do with Beyonce. I understand when you build your child from, a star, a child to a mega star. I understand that in your mind, there is nobody who is comparing to Beyonce. I mean, let's be clear. There's not many. But the reason that I asked that was because
it's nobody compared to Beyonce, truthfully. Like,
he just had the wrong delivery. Like you said, like that's his daughter. He probably have her on a pedestal like all our parents do with us. Yeah. But I just think this was a situation where it's just different generations. You know, if this was 30 years ago and he answered that question like that, people wouldn't even really care about it. But you can't tear another young talent down that's constantly compared and is inspired by your daughter. Your daughter inspires so many people across this world. So if somebody's getting compared to her, that's a compliment. You know, you don't have to tear somebody down. It reminded me, Jazz, you may notice this. The old heads do this in basketball where they think that all the old basketball players are 10 times tougher and better than the current.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they do.
They do that because it's like everybody's great in their time, in their era, and it's a different game now.
But obviously his daughter had to have seen some qualities in these two girls that she felt like was in her. For her to sign, for the biggest artist in the world to sign someone, you got to know that they are incredible. And so I'm sure she saw a little bit of her in them as well. So it discredits their talent, which is really sad because they are some incredibly talented girls and artists.
Well, and that's my biggest takeaway, honestly, and that's what I do want to clear up here because, you know, I am big fans of Chloe and Holly, and I would have never asked that question, A, if I would have known that it was going to get that response, and B, like, again, I never want to create a moment to tear anybody down. Romeo knows this being on my platform. I refuse to bring people to the lemonade stand to make uncomfortable situations. My goal is to never go viral. It's not for a moment. I love connecting with people. So listen, Chloe, if you watching, sis, I really do love you. And I hope that we can have a conversation because I did not mean for this to turn to a moment for you to be tore down. So
look, I'm vouching on your behalf. You are an amazing person. Every time I've been doing your show for years, it's been nothing but love. And like I told you, you were born to do this and you're going to have those moments. You know, it's life where you don't know what's going to happen in our business. You didn't know how he was going to answer it. You didn't know how the question was going to come off. So I just want to take my hat off to you and let you know you are amazing. Keep doing amazing things. But welcome to showbiz, baby. With that being said, we have to take a quick break. But Leah is sticking around and giving us some celebrity news when we come back. So keep it locked.